What's up, guys? I'm going to try to respond as quick as I can to Preston's 27th video about my book, Hope Resurrected. First, he makes the claim that he has never read all of Max King or Alan Bondar. Well, that would be not so bad if he wasn't claiming to be like the top scholar of full preterism, right? Obviously, I think he has read Max King, but he's just lying about it. But if he hasn't, that's pretty stupid since he claims that he's the Preterist Research Institute guy. So you're a researcher and you've never read or examined all of your mentor, Max King's works? Wow, you're really a scholar there, aren't you, Dawn? Yeah, you're so great, man. And he's never read all of Alan Bondar? You freaking endorsed him, Dawn. You wrote your endorsement to him on, whatever is Dancing in the Veils or whatever that stupid book is. Like, and you didn't read all of him? You endorsed him and didn't read all of him? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Dawn? That's ridiculous. What kind of researcher does that? Well, you're not a researcher, so obviously, you wouldn't know what a researcher is. Because you don't actually do anything at Preterist Research Institute. You don't actually do research for preterism. I've probably done more in 2 years than you ever done in your freaking life for research purposes. Whatever. Such a stupid thing. No, you haven't refuted my election argument. This is a silly, farcical statement that you always make. Because nobody's ever done anything. No, not even a keystroke. Yeah, whatever. That's so tired. Everyone's so sick and tired of that. That's stupid. We didn't really need an ad for your books. Like, that was ridiculous. But whatever. What else? The old covenant was fulfilled at the cross. The new covenant is installed at the cross. They are not intertwining together. I've gone over that plenty of times. And Don's just going to go, Lance Conley has not done this. He has not argued a single thing, not a single statement, blah, 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 blah. And you're just like, okay, cool. That's all he's going to ever do is go, Lance Conley has not offered a single keystroke, not a word. And it's like, well, actually I have, but, you're just going to lie to every one of your little shills about it, so cool, whatever. He blatantly just lies the whole time. Like, he just twists my words here. He just twists my words throughout throughout this whole video, and tries to paint me as some dispensationalist. It's like he's trying to paint me as a dispensationalist, and I've never been a dispensationalist in my life, Dawn. If you don't know what I believe, you shouldn't be making videos. That's stupid. You shouldn't make videos if you don't know what I believe, okay? Just stop if you're gonna, not know what I even believe, and you're just gonna twist my words. If you're not gonna be honest, don't bother, because nobody wants to listen to a dishonest hack like you. Then he says that he takes the church fathers in context. You've never taken the church fathers into context. You always blatantly just lie and cherry pick some quote, and then when somebody fact checks you on it, it always turns out you're wrong. You're always wrong about it. Every single time that you ever mentioned a church father, you're always wrong about it. I mean, my gosh, the other day you quoted Eusebius, and then Ioannis Christostomos came out here, and he just blatantly just tears you apart limb by limb with your silly arguments. And then you're just like, they have not offered a word, not a single keystroke. Well, no, actually he did, and if you go read Eusebius, everyone can see quite clearly, if they know what they're looking at and know what they're reading in context, that you have taken him out of context to try to support 70 AD, which does not support 70 AD. So, obviously, you're just doing it again, where you don't know what you're talking about. My gosh, it's just ridiculous. Let's see. What else did he say? He mentioned Baruch, and I don't really know what he was even talking about, but he mentioned the book of Baruch, and then he said the Christian age has no end, and then he claimed that I claim that the Christian age has no end. What? What? That's ridiculous. I've never said that the Christian age has no end. If you're referring to the new covenant has no end. I've never said that it has an end. I've said that the Christian, I've said that the election ends. I've said that the election ends because, yes, that is part of all of eschatology. That the election one day ends and all the people that are ever going to be existing and have existed will all be together in the final judgment. That's what I've always said. Like, you're twisting my words to try to make it into some mindless, retarded, dispensational nonsense. And it's so freaking dishonest. Like, oh my gosh. Why can't you just be honest for once in your gosh darn life, Dawn? Like, that's really pathetic. And if you dig him on this, he's gonna try to go and jack with Isaiah and try to push and peddle more BS. Like, my gosh, like, it's just ridiculous. What else? He goes on this thing about how me and Frost disagree on something. I don't know what he's even talking about. Like, who cares? Like, Frost is my mentor in eschatology. I love Frost. He's a good guy. That doesn't mean I accept or believe everything that he says. Like I don't. I don't accept everything that Frost says. I don't. It's always been that way. Like, yes, he's my mentor eschatologically, but I don't agree with everything that he says. Just like maybe Don Preston doesn't agree with everything Max King says. Or maybe he does. Who knows? Nobody knows what Don believes anymore. He's going around screaming that Old Covenant Israel is Satan now. And then when you get him on it, he's like, I didn't actually say that. And you're like, oh, okay, whatever. Who cares? Like, good God, who cares? What else? Jesus fulfilled the law at the cross. That is, like, so obvious to anybody that knows anything about the Bible. Preston can try and BS his way through everything that he's trying to say in this video, and he can try and claim that the law wasn't fulfilled until 80-70, but that's complete bonkers horse manure. It's all hogwash. The law was fulfilled on the cross by Jesus, who fulfilled the law, because he was the perfect sacrifice to fulfill the law. Like, Jesus is the law fulfiller. My gosh, like... And if anybody's read my book, they know that what Preston said I said about Matthew 5 is complete bonkers. And Hebrews 8, I mentioned that too in there. Everything that he says is hogwash. Like, my gosh, how much do you have to lie to try to manipulate your followers into believing what you have to say? If you can't be honest, don't bother making videos. Freaking idiot. And sorry my language. He's probably going to do something about my language. But nobody likes a liar. I don't like liars. And you're a liar, Don. So, eat dirt. He lies too when I talk about the Greeks. Like, anyone who's read my book can see Preston takes me out of context. He makes this whole thing about the Greeks and Hellenist, and... it's all nonsense. Everything that he says is complete nonsense. And he took me out of context there. If you go read my book, I can even send you my stuff for free if I have to. Like, he's just freaking lying. Like, the Greeks never taught what he just makes these claims about. And it's ridiculous. He mentions N.T. Wright also. And he takes N.T. Wright so obviously out of context if you've ever read it. So if you go read Wright for yourself, you'll find that Preston's bull honking that too. Like he does everything. It's ridiculous. Judaism has always taught a resurrection of the dead also. Preston wants to claim that the Hebraic mindset, like he wants to claim he believes in the Hebraic mindset, but he has no sources. Pharisees believed and Jesus accepted that there was a last day, an eschatological last day, and he also believed in an end of time and a new age to come, and that the theodicy would be solved by the resurrection of the dead, okay? And silly Preston calls everybody stupid for believing this, okay? And like whatever, who cares? Like, what's he gonna do with this Hebraic mindset? The Sadducees, the Essenes, because they both denied the resurrection of the dead, okay? So at the end of the day, all he has to go on is the Pharisees, which Jesus accepted were legitimate with their theology. He says, he says that the resurrection of the dead is acceptable. I mean, my gosh, this is like, it's not rocket science. But yeah, anyways, guys, that is my response to Don K. Preston, because this is just so blatantly obvious to anybody that's ever read and studied. Like, it's just so ridiculous. If you've actually studied Second Temple Judaism, if you've actually gone and read what Max King and all these others say, and you've actually gone and studied theology, like, my gosh, everything Don says is a lie and farcical. So thank you for watching this video, and I apologize for any language that I might have said. I don't think I said much bad words in this video, but you know, you get kind of upset when somebody lies and misrepresents you and mischaracterizes you throughout for 24 minutes that you have to put up with listening to his obnoxious voice. So anyways, guys, thank you and God bless you.